Hello students, I am Namrata Panya, Assistant Professor of English Department at LJ Institute of Applied Sciences. Today, what we are going to talk about is not just a story. It is an event from someone's life. We are going to talk about the story Black Boy, written by Richard Nathaniel Wright. This is according to the revised 2017-18 version of your syllabus, BSc Semester 1, General English. So, let's start with the story.
Black Boy by Richard Wright. Let us talk about the author. Richard Wright was an African-American writer who was most well known for the novels and short stories that he wrote. A lot of his novels, in fact, have been turned into different adaptations of movies as well. He was among the first African-American writers to protest against the white treatment of the blacks. He inspired a lot of activist writers to talk about the same matter.
Let me give you a little information about our author. He was one of the most influential and one of the most translated African American author. His autobiography Black Boy, from which our story is just an extraction, was basically called American Hunger. But the publication thought that people would not be interested in reading the second half of his life, and that is why they only published the first half initially. So he cut out the second part and he renamed the book from American Hunger to Black Boy.
Let us now move on to the story. The theme of this story is racism and the effect that it has on people's lives. As it is also an extraction from our author's autobiography, it also talks about the problems that he faced while living in a white neighborhood. The story is an event that happened in our narrator's life when he was a small child. He was living with his mother as his father had deserted him. So, to support the family, his mother had started working as a cook. For the whole day, she would leave him and his brother with just a loaf of bread and a pot of tea. This showed the financial condition of this family. Because of the hopelessness that his mother faced, she would cry a lot, and in such times, she would ask our narrator to take some responsibility, grow up a little, and help her. One evening, she decided to give a task to our narrator. She asked him to go out and shop for groceries. She showed him the corner store where he was supposed to buy the groceries. She gave him the list, some money, and a basket. Our narrator was really excited. For the first time in his life, someone had given him a task. He felt like a grown-up. The next afternoon, he left for the grocery store and he wanted to buy some groceries. But the moment he reached the corner of his house, he was attacked by a gang of boys. They took his money, threw away his basket and his note, and they sent him home in a panic. He was crying, he was really scared, and he was waiting for his mother to come back. In the evening when his mother came back, he told her everything, but she did not say anything in return. Instead, she wrote a note, gave him more money, and asked him to go out again and buy the groceries. She told him if he ignored the gang, they will ignore him as well. So he should not think too much about this incident and move on. With this hope in mind, he left the house again, praying that the gang of boys don't notice him. But the moment he reached the same corner, they attacked him again. In fact, this time they beat him as well. They slapped him, beat him a little and scared him even more. They sent him back home running. Our writer was really scared. He wanted to go inside the house and find the shelter and security of his home. But his mother was standing outside and she completely refused to let him go inside. She told him that she wanted to teach him how to stand up for himself. She went inside, got another note, more money, and this time she got him a stick as well. She asked him to go out again and buy the groceries, and she told him that if the gang of boys harass him, then he should beat them this time with this stick. He was terrified. His mother had never asked him to beat anyone. He didn't want to go out and face this gang of boys. So, he clearly told her that he was not going out this time.
Few things that we notice from this part of the story are as follows. The first thing that we notice is the financial stress that this family is going through. This shows the socio-economical condition of the African Americans at that point. The second thing that we notice is the behavior of our narrator's mother. She is not someone who is naturally violent. When she asks him to hit the gang of boys, she is not promoting violence. In fact, she is someone who tells him from the first time that just ignore them. Initially, she asks him to move on and not pay attention to the gang of boys. That is the kind of person she is. But when her child is bullied the second time, she doesn't have any choice. She knows she's lived in the cruel world outside, and she knows that if she doesn't teach him how to stand up for himself today, he may not survive the next incident that happens with him. She is not someone who's asking him to be violent. In fact, she's teaching him how to survive. She doesn't have the privilege of sheltering her child. Yes, it is a privilege when your mother does not have to worry about you coming home safe. She has to worry about that. That is why she teaches him how to fight back, how to respond, how to handle such a situation. The third thing that we notice is the character of our narrator. Again, he is not someone who is naturally violent. He doesn't want to fight the gang of boys. They are the ones who are bullying him again and again, but he is still not using violence. You can see the innocence of the child that is still there in this small boy. That innocence is taken away by the bullies, by the racism that is happening with him. The only reason he becomes a target is because of the skin color. No other reason. This is what forces his mother to push him towards fighting them. Even then, he is refusing. He is not ready to fight. This point negates the whole stereotype that people of a certain skin color are naturally violent or naturally aggressive. Now, let's move to the next part of the story.
After refusing to go out, our narrator tried to go inside the house one more time, but his mother caught him and slapped him. She told him that either he will go get the groceries or he will have to stand outside the house for the whole night. He was really scared and he was crying, and he pleaded with his mother, telling her that she should let him inside the house this night and he would go out the next day and get the groceries. But she was not ready to listen to him. She told him that either he will go face the gang of boys or she will beat him. Saying this, she went inside the house and closed the door from inside. She locked him out. He was standing outside and he only had two options. Either he could go face the gang of boys. This time there was a chance that he might not get beaten as he had a stick. Or he could stand outside the house, and when his mother found him, she would definitely beat him. He decided to face the lesser of the two evils, and he decided to go fight the gang of boys. He headed towards the grocery shop, and as expected, when he reached the corner, the gang cornered him again. He told them that if they harass him, he will strike them, but they did not listen to him as he had not been fighting back all this time. When they started attacking him, he was so scared that he started hitting them as well. He hit them left, right and center, as if he was in a frenzy, as if he had gone completely crazy. He managed to injure some of the gang members, and they went and they came back with their parents, as they could not suppress him on their own. When the parents came, for the first time in his life, he shouted at grown-ups, telling them that if they harass him, he will hit them as well. All of them realized that he was fighting back and they could not suppress him this time, and so all of them ran away. He picked up the note, the basket and the money, and he went to the grocery shop to buy the groceries. He was continuously on the lookout for someone to come and attack him, but nothing happened. He bought the groceries undisturbed and he came back undisturbed. Nobody dared to bully him. Nobody dared to attack him. That night, he won the right to the streets of Memphis.
this story throws light on some of the disturbing aspects of our society. The narrator of our story is continuously avoiding fighting the gang of boys, but he is scared to the point of going out of his own house. He doesn't have any choice. When he starts hitting the gang of boys, he behaves like a crazy person because of the fear that he is experiencing. He knows that if he stops now, they will beat him even more. He is scared for his life. What is more heartbreaking is that this level of fear for survival is faced by a child. Students, how many of us have to fight a group of people just to get groceries from our own store? This black boy has to literally fight just to get the daily essentials. He has to win the rights to his own street just to walk freely on those streets. This is the reality of racial discrimination. All this happens because he is of a different skin color. This is a heartbreaking story about a small child who is forced to grow up by this cruel society just because he looks different. It is about a mother who is forced to teach her child self-defense just to make him survive. Racial discrimination is what makes some people so inhuman that they think that bullying and beating a child is okay. It has forced some people to use aggression in self-defense. It has forced this black boy to become a man at an early age, robbing him of his childhood. In our Indian society, we have a concept, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. It means that the whole world is a family. Students, let's realize this dream. Let's stop seeing people in colors. Racial discrimination is the social evil that is like a disease eating away our humanity. Let's save humanity. If this story touched your heart, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.